Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dana and Wendy coffee time. How are you doing? It's Wednesday morning, and I've got Minu. She's visiting me here today. But I don't know where my Dana is. I guess she's out and about, running around, but she'll be with us shortly, I believe. She's working out of town later this week. So anyways, you're stuck with me in the meantime. I hope you have your coffee. And grab your kitty or grab your puppy and let's have a chat. I'd like to know what's up with you guys. I'd like to know what's happening. I got up a little late this morning, hence the bad voice. Had a bit of a rough evening. I don't know if people go through that like myself every once in a while. Just couldn't sleep last night. I don't know what was going on. I don't know whether it was what I ate. Or whether I just had too much on my mind or what the situation was. But I'm here, coffee in hand, and we are going to continue our chat. We're going to talk about ketogenic diet, I believe today is what was on schedule. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure that's what I put. I know, it's bad. Oh, I apologize. Let's see here. Yes, ketogenic diet, and I'm sure probably people are going to. Oh, there's my friend. Ooh, the bush lady.
I was out this morning and I'm chilled. I didn't.
Yes.
That 5 degrees was a little more than I had anticipated, so I'm chilled. I turned the dang furnace back on.
I did that yesterday. It was warmer yesterday, but the house was just like, ooh, just
damp, right? Just damp. Anyways,
that's what summer's going to be like. This summer, it's going to be very muggy, very damp, and very dry, but muggy, like no rain. Always on the verge of rain. Doesn't sound too pleasant, but anyway.
Is that your right elbow or your left elbow?
That was actually the old weatherman, that sits there and asks his 16 different weather machines that he has around the house, and then looks at his phone.
Is that your husband? Was it your husband?
I just like go outside.
Does anyone ever read the Farmer's Almanac anymore?
Yeah, I think he actually got it from that. To be honest, that and the 16 weather people that we have around the house, and then double checks at night on the news.
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope it's not, because that will be perfect infestation brewing grounds for mosquitoes.
When we were out cleaning on the weekend, I already saw some. I already have a lot of mosquito bites after being at the
I hope you killed them. Kill a mosquito that saves a million later.
Yep. I don't know how accurate that is, but I did my part. I tried. I really did. This morning we're talking about ketogenic diet. Are you
excellent? Frozen? I'm frozen. The keto, right? The keto.
Yeah, that seems to be.
It seems to be your little nemesis.
Wow. No, I mean, not necessarily. I believe it's just the understanding of what that is, and because again, with all the information that's out there, people are still not quite as informed as they think. And when you Google something and you type in what you want to see, that's what you get. You don't get the bad situations. You don't.
Or what you were just talking about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. No, sometimes Google can read my mind too.
I don't know. Jonathan and I were in the car talking, and we were just, we have these great talks, and he goes, I wish I would have learned. I think German would have been one language I would have loved to learn. Right? 2 days later, I get an email about learning German. I was like, wow, how did they even do that? That is so fascinating. So fascinating. Well, I think it's fascinating. I know.
The algorithm monsters. Anyways, yeah, no. Well, what I was basically trying to say is the fact that, there's so much information out there that it's kind of hard to decipher through it. especially when it comes to nutrition and stuff. Because, I mean, they're always, always, always doing more and more research. We've been doing more research now than we ever have been with regards to nutrition. So it's very, there's lots out there, and it's hard to decipher, and it's hard to decipher between what is the good information and what is the bad information, and what is prevalent or what is really necessary for you. Because, I mean, if you're looking to lose weight, you're going to find 1,000 good morning, Paulina. You're going to find 1,000 different ketogenic reasons why, you're going to find 1,000 different reasons why a ketogenic diet is good for losing weight. And I'm sure that a few people that have done the ketogenic diet, are you frozen again? Yes. If people that have done a ketogenic diet and are diehard ketogenic people, are going to be angry with me, and they're going to, because I don't have enough good things to say about it, and are going to have a lot of things to disagree with and argue with and everything else. And I didn't want to talk about the ketogenic diet to argue with people. That's just, I don't like to argue. The facts speak for themselves, and as a professional, that's what I do. And there's lots of other professionals that will argue with me as well too. So it's really, everybody's going to have their own opinions, and that's just the way it is.
Cool.
You're doing a lot of searching on your computer, love. You're freezing up quite a bit. No,
I am. I'm thinking I might move, but that's okay. I won't move or touch nothing.
Yeah, Paulina was saying, she says that she finds that these are short-term diets. Yeah. And from the perspective that Dana and I look at, ketogenic diet, and I'm going to get into a little bit more about what it is exactly. Sorry, my puppy is bothering me. It's my turn today with the animals at my door. Is that it is a therapeutic diet, basically. And from a perspective of a healing journey where you are looking to correct an imbalance, it is not something that can be sustained long term, and there's reasons behind that. Although people do. But again, then you've got the whole individualized, personalized eating way of eating at that point as well too. So, sorry, I'm just being distracted. Are you going to say something?
I'm afraid to, because it's going to freeze. It's certainly very interesting. I know that in the past, the keto is amazing for people who do have disease or cancer or things like that. Deanna was on the ketogenic diet. Her doctor had her
naturopath. That's so nice to hear.
Yeah, recommended that she do, not the doctor, but her naturopath had recommended that she do the ketogenic for her brain cancer. So that was something that she tried to strive towards as well. Not for long, because when people, it's interesting, when people, my camera's all crookedy. When people are giving food to families when they're ill, we just normally just want to fulfill that need of giving and being there and providing the food and doing those things. But sometimes they're not supposed to be eating the things that get sent over. And so it's always, that would be the case in that situation. But not that that's wrong, and you should still continue to do so, but always make sure that if you're preparing that for your loved ones, and that they are eating the best that they can for the entire family, right? So, but yeah, that's all good. Yeah, so exactly. But short-term diets for sure. And I know epilepsy, brain issues, dementia, things like that. When it comes to the brain, sometimes understanding that in a better aspect is better when you're looking at therapeutic diets.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
most definitely. And I mean, the whole premise behind a ketogenic diet for cancer is the fact that you're just eliminating the sugar, and cancer feeds on sugar extensively. And that's a whole nother topic that we could probably talk about for a full week. But that essentially is that in a nutshell. I don't know the etiology behind cancer for epilepsy in children. No, what did I say? The ketogenic diet for epilepsy in children. So I won't speak on that, but I, as a holistic cancer practitioner, this is what I've been taught, that the ketogenic diet is the way to go with a short-term
goal in mind.
Yeah,
because it's a correction.
Mm-hmm. And right? Then to go into very much, really during sorry.
Oh, no, go.
Very much during the active stages of cancer as well, too.
Yeah, I was going to say it might turn into more of a therapeutic turn to go to the AIP, like that anti-inflammatory aspect. But most of our lives right now should be anti-inflammatory. Like we have so much stress that surrounds us. It's incredible. And if we're trying to repair ourselves from surgery, we're trying to keep ourselves the best that we can be. Again, it's all about reducing inflammation, repairing at cellular level, providing all the healthy foods and stuff like that. And it was I don't know if you caught my talk yesterday afternoon about vaginal health, but it's funny, the amount of fats and omega-3s all play a huge role, even avocados. But again, it just they all play a whole huge role in the vaginal health, hormone health, anti-inflammatory health, longevity health. So it's like we keep repeating the same old thing, and until we all get it in our heads that this is the way we should be eating and such. So it's it's been a very interesting last couple of months how many things that we talk about mirror the different aspects of things. So
sometimes I wonder if we just feel like we're repeating ourselves over and over again.
I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah. You were at Kiwi Park, I can see.
It's a big plug for Kiwi Park this morning.
Yeah, there you go. Towards the Kiwi Park. Okay, so basically what is a ketogenic diet? Well, we've talked about proteins and...
I know.
You could just give me... Okay, go ahead.
Eggs, bacon, fat, bulletproof coffees. Yes.
No. That's what people think. They're like, yeah, I'm going to go on a ketogenic diet because I get to eat eggs and eggs all day.
Oh, beautiful ham cups with egg and cheese on top.
And cheese and butter. Oh my goodness.
Butter galore.
Butter and all over the meat and big hunks of meat 3 times a day. And
just slice it rare like that. Beautiful.
You're going to make me throw up. But anyway. But yeah, no, that's not.
Well, I mean, so women,
the premise of it.
Yeah, women our age or older have got that Mayo diet and the grapefruit diet, the grapefruit diet, and the Atkins diet. That's a really big stump to overcome. Like it's massive.
Yeah,
massive. But back in those days, it was still low fat even.
Oh yeah, for sure. Low fat and what was the other things? Like there would be like rice diets and oh my goodness, all kinds.
Okay, so you tell me keto diet.
Okay, just give me a second.
Beyond the bacon.
Okay, well, yeah, essentially you are eliminating your carbs. You are taking out anything that is going to provide you with natural energy other than fat. So essentially what it is you're taking out all carbs. So carbs are in everything, even meat and different things, not so much fat, but carbs essentially give you that energy we need. And they actually give you energy for your brain health, which is why one of the major things that carbs are so very important for, which again, I don't know the etiology when it comes to epilepsy or dementia or anything like that. I haven't looked into that, so I'm not going to speak on that, but we do need carbs for our brain health. That's what I do know. So you're taking out all vegetables and fruits because they all have pretty much, unless you're looking at your low glycemic fruits and vegetables. So your berries, your lettuces and greens, no carrots, no onions, no peppers, no squash, no potatoes of any kind.
You are just I'm fighting words. I don't think
Yeah.
that's a clean keto, to be perfectly honest. But that is
corn. Yeah. And then essentially what you're doing is you're trying to make the body get its energy from the fat that you're taking in. So your saturated fats, your butter, your lard, your pork rinds. Even when I did eat meat, I was just like, really? That's like pig skin.
I love. No, it's not the skin. Oh, right. No, it's just the fat layer.
Okay, even worse, it's the fat.
We get ourselves some
pork rinds.
Sow belly.
All my meat lovers out there are going, Wendy, you don't have no idea. But that's just
you're making all of our mouths water. Like
I know.
Crumble up some.
Me too, but from a different perspective. And I mean, I'm not telling everybody.
Anyways, that is not clean.
So yeah, meat, steak, beef, pork, chicken, seafood, all proteins, animal proteins, lots of dairy, lots of cheese, lots of anything cheese. I remember even because my mother did a plan that was called Protein Power, and she used to eat a lot of cream. She would love it because she would make things like whip up cream, like heavy cream, and put berries in it, and that's what was her dessert a lot of times. And that's ketogenic right there. It was damn good at the time. Like I used to eat a lot more dairy back then, but yeah, and essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your energy for daily metabolism as well as outward. Yes, cheese is extremely inflammatory. All dairy is inflammatory, Paulina. It's crazy. You're trying to get your energy from the fat that you're taking in, and when your body is going into ketosis, basically, it's that process of energy being used up by the fat cells, and it's okay. And I'll tell you a story. It might turn your stomach a little bit, and I apologize if it offends anybody, but at the nursing home or any time that I was working throughout my career as a nurse with palliative care, people would go several days without eating towards the end of their life. We would give them water as much as possible, but they would go into ketosis. And I know that my hard and fast keto people out there are going to say, well, this is nutritional ketosis and this is a different kind of ketosis, but the smell is the same. And when a body goes into ketosis, you get that
smell.
I can't even describe it. The smell from your urine, you can really just, you don't have to pee on a stick. You can just smell it and you know you're in ketosis. And when the body is eating itself, basically, it's trying to eat up all the fat. It's trying to do whatever it can to continue that process of living. But there's that smell, and that smell to me as a nurse, because I've smelled it so many times as a ketogenic smell. And actually, I even smell it on my puppy because she has digestive issues and she doesn't eat properly, and I know she'll go a day or two without eating, and I can smell it on her breath. I can smell it coming from her every once in a while too, and it's not a pleasant thing, and it triggers something in me that is just something's not right with the metabolism. Something is not right. The body's basically eating itself and going in towards, I smell death. That's like the prior smell to death. But I know that other people are not going to obviously have that same reaction, but that's what it is to me, essentially. It is, yeah, we are meant to have our energy come from sugar, essentially, or like the different variations of sugar. Okay. So that was pretty heavy. I apologize for that. But the things that you are allowed to eat on a ketogenic diet obviously are seafood. Nowadays, they've really revamped ketogenic diet quite a bit because they know it's not healthy for you. They know it's not safe, and they know it's not made for long-term use. So they've got these fancy terms for it, but they're basically just turning it into a low carb diet, and a low inflammatory diet, or an AIP diet, and just still calling it ketogenic just to try to get and grab you. Low carb vegetables, obviously, again, because we need it for the fiber, if nothing else. We talked a little bit more about fiber yesterday. Women especially, men, I'm not going to say no, but women have been known to have a low fiber diet, and we need it because heart disease is so prevalent for women. I guess I'm just biased, I don't know, but we have to really be on top of that with our heart issues, and we have to have a high fiber diet. And the only way that we can have a high fiber diet is to make sure that we have a lot of incredible vegetables in our life. You want to go to a low carb vegetable, fine, go to a low carb vegetable, but make sure that it's a major part of what you're taking in. Asparagus, avocado, which is your really good fats there too, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, cucumber, your green beans, your eggplants, kale, lettuce, olives, good fats there too. Peppers, spinach, tomatoes, zucchini, these are all going to be your low carb vegetables, and that's not even covering any kind of the major greens. So your kales, your Swiss chard, your spinach, I think I mentioned spinach, but these are all really incredible low carb vegetables. Cheeses, on the other hand, again, like Paulina said earlier, very highly inflammatory. So you're going to want to, stave away from those a little bit more. But these are things that they're saying that are okay to have on today's version of the ketogenic diet. But again, different variations, different aspects of it, because back in the day when people were eating bacon and eggs and cheese all day long, that was, not cool. And there was a lot of issues as far as that was concerned. Ketogenic diets can cause low blood pressure. They can cause kidney stones, constipation because of the lack of fiber, nutrient deficiencies. So taking out a lot of the things that you're going to be receiving from your fruits and vegetables. And really can increase your risk for heart disease. When you're trying to lose weight and thinking, well, this is what my body needs to be better, I'm going to be good, I'm going to be off the risk list for diabetes and cancer and heart disease. Well, no, you're going to be putting yourself and keeping yourself on that list for at least heart disease. And another big fallacy is the fact that skinny people get diabetes too. So it's not about what, people that don't eat sugar get diabetes too. It's not necessarily a sugar thing or a weight thing. And keto is actually not safe for conditions involved with the pancreas, the liver, the thyroid, or the gallbladder. So you got to think about the major guys in your gut here, the major players that are going on. These can really cause a lot of issues to them. Well, what if you don't like to eat avocado? Paulina says, is avocado oil on the food, on our food the same? Yeah, you can use an avocado oil, just like olive oil.
Yeah, it doesn't replace the actual
goodness, fiber.
The goodness that's contained inside the avocado, like the vitamin E and the
you do get a little bit of vitamin E, don't you?
Maybe yes, maybe in the oil, but it's processed more, and you're trying to get it from a natural source. So I mean, honestly, if you don't like avocado, then don't use avocado. But you can always sneak avocado in hummus or into dip that you can eat with your crudettes, your vegetables, and or just don't have it.
Yeah,
They're
you don't
eating,
have to have it.
you don't have to have it.
If you're eating avocado to get those good oils, well, you can get them from a lot of other places. We were talking about flaxseed the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Flaxseed is amazing. Plus, you're going to get the incredible fiber benefits from it as well, too.
You could just always hide your avocados in the brownies.
There, you can put them in. You can put avocados in pretty much anything. They're just
Just
a
the fat.
high fat source that doesn't have a taste or anything. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of avocado myself.
Oh, yeah.
I have to work at it. I do love guacamole, but then of course I end up eating too much because it's just so good. So I don't eat much of that. But if I have some, I'll freeze them because I don't use them all the time. Put them in smoothies or
Hiding them in smoothies works really well.
Avocado chocolate pudding sometimes is good too.
Yep.
If you're really looking to get your fat source from that, but
exactly, and if you're not, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They'll probably we'll probably suffer the ramifications of eating too many avocados. We won't know this for another 10 years.
Oh, it's like, yes,
what did it do?
Eat avocado now. No, don't eat it. Just eat it. Don't eat it. Eat sugar. Don't eat
It'll
sugar.
be like, what is it doing to the environment? How much, what is it doing? Or
sustainable.
new study today comes out about avocados. But I mean, it really depends on you and I love how you mentioned that, really understand your kidney health and your gallbladder health and your liver health before jumping into a ketogenic diet, because you certainly can cause some strain to those organs when you're upping your protein and upping your fat. So that's certainly, and that just goes right back to what I always talk about, in that you got to support your liver. Yeah. You need to make sure your detoxification pathways are open, regardless of what you're eating, what situation you're in, and what environment that you're in. You can do all that in a cup of tea, but if you haven't supported the kidney or liver, you're beating a dead horse, right? So,
and I mean, and then there's this crazy thing that they call the ketogenic flu. Basically, what you're doing is detoxing, and we've talked about this again ad nauseum. And the thing is, people don't understand that you have to have those detoxification pathways open, and when they're not open, what you're doing is, obviously, because a lot of toxins sit on our fat, so we're losing that fat very rapidly. We're dumping tons and tons of toxins into our system, into our bloodstream, and then we're going into this dizziness, this headachy, this flu type it's upset stomachs, you decreased energy, you feel like somebody kicked you in your stomach, mood swings. Besides the fact that you can't go to your comfort foods because you've been told you can't to, or you can't, or you are staving off of your comfort foods, thinking that this is going to be a good thing for you. It's a whole different psychological kind of end of things. Mm-hmm. And you're really going into that deficiency type diet, which again is against what I believe. But the thing is, those toxins in your body, unless you're giving them the pathways that they need to release, they're going to just stay in your body for a long time. And because ketogenic diet is so hard to stay on, stay in the ketosis end of things, the nutritional ketosis end of things for any length of time, they say, oh, well, if you can just hang on for 3 or 4 days, then you'll feel great. Well, yeah, you'll feel great. But in that 3 or 4 day time, or sometimes people go in 2 or 3 weeks feeling crappy like that, thinking this is what I need to do. I just got to hold on my willpower and I just got to push through. These toxins, if they're not being released, they're like I said, they're just re-intoxicating themselves into your body in different areas. So possibly the brain, possibly your lungs, possibly your pancreas, your liver, your in different aspects, your kidneys. When we open up those detox pathways, we're allowing them to be released. You don't have any fiber in your diet, so you get constipated, potentially quite badly. And one of the big pathways is our bowels. We want to be keeping those bowels moving freely and allowing the toxins to be released. We want to be drinking, at least, in the very least, half of our body weight in water daily, if not 3 to 4 liters daily, to be able to flush out our system. You want to dry brush, keep that lymph. You want to you're going to have decreased energy because you're going through this ketogenic or keto flu. But you should be moving. You should be getting out and, doing all kinds of things that you need to do to get that lymph moving in your body, to release the toxins, doing the drainage and allowing the body to release those toxins through the pathways that they need to. Deep breathing exercises through the lungs. And that's where you smell that ketogenic breath is the release of the toxins through your breath.
Yeah.
And so very important. And people don't realize that, or maybe they do and they get through it. But again, there's that psychological, I have to do this. I have to do this. I can't eat this. Oh, I feel bad. I can't eat this, but I want this. And they have this internal dialogue that is just like, wow, it just overtakes them, and it becomes very much a very negative mindset. And Dana and I, we talk about negative mindset all the time, about how stressful that is on the body. And what does stress do? It causes inflammation. It causes that increased inflammation. And again, all of the food that is on a ketogenic diet, not the new ones, but the traditional ketogenic diet, is highly inflammatory. So it's a no-win as far as I can see. Sorry. I was just going to say something, but go ahead.
Oh, it's all good. You're on fire this morning. I love it.
Yeah, well, this kind of stuff I get very passionate about, because it is, why suffer? Okay, there's the whole aspect of, the healing process of putting the body into a place where it needs to be, but you can't go through that with a mental the mental thought process of I gotta be skinny. I got a wedding coming up. I got, I gotta jump on the scale every 5 days or every 5 minutes. I can't eat this. Can't have this in the house. Can't do this. Can't do that. That's the whole negative. We have enough negativity in the world, like, without having to push it on ourselves at the same time. If your naturopathic doctor or your medical doctor really, puts you, or your cancer oncology doctor or your holistic cancer practitioner suggests that you go on a ketogenic diet for health reasons, that's you. That is you specifically. And that's a very individualized process that your healthcare practitioner has deemed reasonable for you in that time period of your life. This is not something that people should go out and just Google it and then try it. And if they do, then great. Everybody's going to be different, but from my perspective, this is not a quick fix for weight loss. That's it in a nutshell. And we're at the half-hour mark, so we will cut it off there.
That went by fast.
But so that's basically, I think we're both, Dana and I stand on that situation. I'm not going to speak for Dana specifically, but that's where I stand when it comes to that kind of situation. That being said, I can go on all day, but a low carb diet, and I don't like even using that term, a high carb diet, but the right carbs. Right. It has to be the right carbs. And again, it's a very individualized, personalized situation. Going on the internet and grabbing all for one kind of, this diet looks good, I'll try that because it's got lots of cheese and dairy and steak and it's barbecue season, and why not? And trying it and then, doing it great for 2 weeks and then going off of it. And what happens? Your weight shoots up, and it could even make it a little bit higher. And that roller coaster of yo-yo dieting ain't good. It ain't good, people. Ain't good for the body. Probably doing your body a lot more harm than you would normally if you just shift into a different way of eating that can sustain you for a lifetime. Okay, I'm done now. And then shut me off
Amen.
before I keep going.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
On the Wendy Show.
Wait, tomorrow, what did you decide we're watching?
We're going to go into the elimination diet tomorrow.
Another therapeutic, but very intelligent aspect, especially when you're trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yep. Oh, thank you, Paulina. She says, love you, gals. Yay. If you want to keep notified of when we jump on, either Dana or myself, hit the little bell button someplace that you can get I don't know where they are down there. I don't know. So you can get notifications when we jump on, either one of us. I probably will jump on later and talk about this again. We're doing our last day of the 10-day shred today. So wrapping it up. I know you're always jumping and doing things, and you know,
I'm continuing my talk.
3 o'clock. You do your 3 o'clock thing as well too. Talking about vaginas this week.
Vaginas this week. Yeah. I love saying it. Vaginas.
Hey, it's part of the body.
I write this stuff down because I honestly don't even remember the things I said I was going to do, and I've got to stay much better on track for that, for sure.
But I did write it down for a change, so that's why I'm on track.
Yeah, exactly. So today is Wednesday, so I'll be talking about tools.
Okay. Oh, I just went there.
You know what? Someone needs to talk about it, and I have chosen to be that person. That's what I've been blessed with.
Do you have oh, I'm not going to ask that question. It's going to tell too much.
Cut.
Oh, Paulina wants to know what kind of tools. You'll have to tune in to 3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, I'll tune in at 3 o'clock today. For sure, Z.
Okay, guys. We will talk to you guys later.
Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
See you tomorrow at 9.